For the majority of the population, cybersecurity represents an unknown. Most people are unaware of the meaning and implication of the terms we use to describe basic cybersecurity concepts. So how could visuals help? Cybersecurity and cybercrime coverage in the popular media is full of buzzwords and jargon, which is often unintelligible to the average person. Visual techniques offer an effective means to deliver information at a glance and in a more accessible format. We need to find a happy medium between complexity and visualization by rethinking how we visualize cybersecurity. Stereotypical images used by the popular press neither foster correct understanding of cybersecurity concepts nor facilitate safe online practices. So how can we start to rethink cybersecurity visualization? For instance, we ask ourselves, how do experts and non-experts visualize their perceptions of core cybersecurity concepts? We also ask, how can user-produced imagery serve as the basis for a consolidated visual mapping to help users, system developers, and researchers? We designed a study to elicit sketches regarding cybersecurity concepts from experts and non-experts. Participants were asked to sketch their mental models of cybersecurity, trust, risk, and privacy. The non-experts completed an online questionnaire and upload images, and the expert group workshop had the same process and followed with a discussion and analysis. For the term cybersecurity in general, the understanding of cybersecurity appears to consist mostly of what common entities within cyberspace show or sell. For example, antivirus protection or encryption. Security and privacy were seen as closely related in people's minds. Expert sketches showed a general sense of cynicism and uncertainty. Physical items, such as padlocks and protective shields, were common in non-expert sketches. For risk, the sketches reflected a connection between distrust and risk. Participants often drew specific threats to life, like being eaten by sharks or falling off cliffs. The drawings for risk often contained solitary figures, in comparison to trust, which was about socialization. Sketches showed negative actions, such as identity theft, financial loss, and even stabbing. Experts often drew digital risk with reference to infrastructure hacking, black box algorithms, unpatched systems, access permissions, and spam. For privacy, people often drew attempts to protect the online self. People were seen blocking social media websites or applications, or using incognito mode. Privacy in online environments centered around action, like using incognito mode, VPN, or covering webcams. Privacy can be seen as a process of physically passing along personal information in these sketches, or data to others, or physically removing devices from spaces. For trust, participants often depicted this by sketching verbs: thinking, looking, listening, using, falling, and jumping. Sketches often contained themes of balance, gradualness, naturalness, fluidity, connectivity, and illumination. The trust sketches were incredibly diverse. It's a difficult concept to depict because of its complex, context-specific nature, especially for the online context. What shall we do next with this information? We found that there's a rich potential of visual imagery within cybersecurity. We'd like to think there's an opportunity for replication with other demographic groups, like children or industry personnel. And there's a possibility to utilise this basic imagery as a go-between for research or industry experts and stakeholders. Visuals pertaining to specific incidents might be very interesting to research next. For example, man-in-the-middle attacks. We could use this information to analyse how populations understand the details of cybersecurity.